Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Bolden, welcome, and thank you for your service to our country. And I agree with you. The kids, well, there's nothing better than taking an astronaut through the schools and watching them, their faces light up, and it piques their interest. And math and science, as you know, is so important. And so thank you and your astronauts for what they do. I had just a couple of questions on kind of the timeline for things and how this is going to go forward under the proposed budget for SLS and Orion. Your budget appears to be lower than what was appropriated for the program and well below the authorized amount. Yet the timeline does not change. And so my question is, do you really see that as a realistic expectation? And if so, where did the efficiencies come from that allow you to do that?
Well, we've gone to school on the Constellation program for one thing. So we had a great lessons learned session among the people who are now with SLS and MPCV, with the folk in the Constellation program before, as they phased out. Many of them are now SLS MPCV persons. We don't know for certain, the dates we've given, the 2017 date for an uncrewed test is pretty hard because that's dependent on design and manufacturing that's pretty much set in place. The 2021 crewed mission date could change. Bill Gerstenmaier and his folk are telling me we have a number of reviews. We have performance, cost, schedule reviews that are still to be done in this coming year that will allow us to make a better assessment and give us a better estimate of when the first crewed mission can be flown. But 2021 is a conservative date right now. For the first crew mission? For the first crewed mission.
And 2017 would be the first
2017 is the first uncrewed test of the integrated vehicle. What hopefully you all are excited about is 2014, 2 years from now, we are going to fly Orion. It's going to be, it is a Lockheed Martin run test at our request, but they have chosen a Delta IV to put Orion on and send it into 2 highly elliptical orbits that will allow it to make a reentry as it would be doing if it were coming back from the moon or an asteroid. And our plan is for it to have a successful intact reentry and recovery. It will buy down significant risk from the Orion vehicle that we won't later have to do.
And so then prior to 2021, in terms of human spaceflight, excuse me, we'll have to rely essentially on the Russians and the Chinese. Is that correct?
No, sir.
Okay.
If we are able to continue the progress that we're making right now with the commercial crew program, and Congress does agree to fund at the level that the President has asked for this year, we will be no later than 2017 in having an American capability to take astronauts to the International Space Station and other low Earth orbit destinations. There is a possibility that if we are funded at the level requested, that could be accelerated, but that, again, the 2017 time is an estimate based on, right, what we saw in working with.
So the 2017, then it would be fair to say that prior to 2017, we'll have to rely on the Chinese and the Russians.
I wish I could say differently, but
yeah,
we will rely on the Russians.
I wish you could too.
Yes.
Is the plan to go back to the moon or just orbit the moon and then try to hop on an asteroid? I mean, what is the vision here?
Congressman, the plan right now is the first destination for humans is an asteroid in 2025. The ultimate destinations for humans is the Martian environment, whether that's landing on a moon of Mars or landing on the Martian surface, is the mid-2030s. But as the President even says himself, you got to walk, crawl before you can get there. And so the asteroid is an intermediate step in getting to Mars. It is possible that we could put some rovers that are presently being developed and tested at the Johnson Space Center, we could put them on the moon and run tests with them. But so what we do between now and the first crewed mission in 2021, 2025 is still in work.
Well, that'd be very interesting to watch. I got 30 seconds. I know that you're going to have multiple companies participating in this commercial space flight, but only one at the end of the day is going to be picked. Is that correct?
Congressman, again, I hate to use the term hope. My plan is that we will have a minimum of 2 American companies that are capable of providing transportation to low Earth orbit, to the International Space Station, because that gives us reliable, redundant, routine access to space from an American capability.
And what would be the time frame on that?
2017 right
Same.
now, and that, again, need to be certain that we understand that the 2017 date is forecast or based on fully funding the President's request for commercial crew, which to some may seem like an increase, but it's actually saying we really meant $850 million is what we need to get us to 2016, 2017. And I think I said it, but somebody has told me I should make sure every member of the committee understands we are only dependent on the Russians for transport to the International Space Station. We have no bilateral activities with China, in case I was
Well, that's a good point,
distinction
distinction to make. I see my time has expired. Thank you so much, Mr. Bolden.